Davis, seen wearing a black shirt, was leaving the club when he saw the fight and ran over to try and break it up. They say that one of the guys was hit in the face, but according to the club owner, no one was seriously injured. Davis is a two-time super featherweight world champion.
So, Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach just gave us an all-out war inside the ring. But the real fight? That happened outside. We're talking a full-blown street brawl, fists flying, security scrambling, and absolute chaos breaking loose right outside their hotel, just hours after their fight ended in one of the most controversial decisions in boxing history. The fight itself was a shocker. Roach, the underdog, the fighter nobody thought stood a chance, went toe-to-toe with one of the most dangerous knockout artists in the game. After 12 grueling rounds, judges at the Barclays Center scored the fight 115 to 113 for Tank, 114 to 114, and 114 to 114, a majority draw. And the second that decision was announced, the entire arena exploded in outrage and Roach. He looked like he just got robbed in broad daylight. And trust me, he wasn't about to let it slide.
Clearly in there, man, I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won, and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
Hours later, when fate brought Tank and Roach's teams to the same hotel, the tension was still boiling over. One heated exchange, one push, and then all the hell broke loose. How did it go from a controversial fight to fists flying in the streets? What was said? And is this the most blatant robbery we've seen in years? Let's break it down. All right, let's break down how this robbery went down. Coming into this fight, everyone expected Tank to handle business as usual. This was supposed to be another highlight reel knockout for him. But instead, Roach gave him a run for his money in the ring. From the opening bell, Roach was in Tank's face, pressuring, throwing more punches, and straight up outboxing him. While Tank looked for those power shots, Roach was outworking him round after round. By the end of 12, the punch stats told the story.
Pues ahora sí que dieron una gran pelea, ahora sí que me sorprendió la pelea que dio Lamont Roach y bueno, fue una gran pelea para toda la aficionada.
¿Tú crees que fue un empate?
No, yo creo que no, creo que le quedaron a deber la caída a Lamont Roach, pero bueno, decisión de los jueces y del referee que no le hizo válida la caída, no le hizo el conteo.
¿Qué le fue mal en esta pelea para Gervonta? ¿Qué fue lo que no hizo para que los jueces le den esta pelea? ¿Tú qué piensas?
Bueno, él nada más apostó a un solo round, a un solo golpe para poderlo noquear, y el cual Loma venía muy bien preparado, muy bien concentrado en el plan de trabajo. Bueno, creo que a Tank le faltó presionar, tirar más golpes para ser más contundente y que se viera más efectivo a la hora de la victoria.
¿Te gustaría ver una revancha entre ellos?
Pues estaría muy agradable. Ahora sí que la primera estuvo muy buena, yo creo que la segunda también.
Get this. Roach threw and landed more punches, controlled the pace, and he should have had a knockdown in the 9th round when Tank took a knee. But somehow, the judges saw it as a draw.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
And the second those scorecards were read, boo!
114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
That means to do it again. Bring that money.
Tank Davis. The first one is to your own good record. And a very interesting fight. What was your opinion of the decision by the judges?
I think I pulled it out for the last first 3 rounds. For sure, I think I pulled it out the last 3 rounds. I was catching with some clean shots. I felt like I was breaking down as the round was going on, but we got it.
Fans went off. People in the crowd were throwing their hands up, cursing, and straight up yelling at the ring. Even fighters like Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson were calling it a blatant robbery on social media. And you could see it in Roach's face. He knew he won. The frustration, the disbelief.
Cards. Judge at the ringside. Eric Marlinsky scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scored about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
But what happened next? That's when things really went off the rails.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the stare down and a few words exchanged. The last time they'll face each other until they meet in the center of the ring tomorrow night for the main event of the evening. The WBA Lightweight Championship of the World, Gervonta Tank Davis versus the Reaper, Lamont Roach. We now will bring up Gervonta Tank Davis as
Fast forward a few hours later. The Barclays Center had cleared out, but the bad blood? Oh, it was far from over. Roach and his team were staying at a nearby hotel, still fuming over the decision. He had been telling reporters all night, "They stole this fight from me. I beat Tank. They know it." And guess who was staying at the same hotel? Gervonta Davis. According to multiple eyewitnesses, Roach and his team were leaving the hotel lobby when Tank and his entourage rolled up. And the second they saw each other, tension hit 100 real quick.
Nah, I came up to be loud when I left. Take it. Look at Jay Prince Jr.
I can't see nothing.
Jay Prince Jr.
Who you trying to fight?
Jay Prince Jr.
Jay Prince Jr. trying to fight who?
To the nigga from Dallas? Oh, that's it.
Huh?
Yeah. Hold on. They're gonna try to say the shit out of this nigga. They trying to say the shit out of this nigga. Look. Oh shit.
Tank and Roach were lunging at each other. Security was diving in. Fists were flying, and the entire hotel entrance turned into a war zone. Roach was shouting that Tank was scared to run it back, while Tank was yelling that Roach got lucky he didn't knock him out. People were getting shoved, drinks were spilled, and bystanders were scrambling to record everything.
They got the one-on-one on. They got their one-on-one on. They get that one-on-one on. Dave jumped out. That's a nigga that just fought, Gorilla. Man. These niggas out here tripping like a bitch. Look at Anthony Davis. Huh? Oh, yeah,
The fight was broken up before it got really bad, but the message was clear. This ain't over. Not by a long shot. Hear me out. Ever since this fight ended, the entire fight world has been buzzing nonstop because nobody saw this coming. Let's be real, Lamont Roach wasn't even supposed to be in the conversation.
It was a good night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Tank, how much does it hurt to have the draw on your record now? And do you think it's going to stand as some sort of like renewed motivation for you, like the guys were saying, as you proceed through these next couple fights?
Yeah, it just put, food to the fire and things like that, fuel to the fire. But it's cool. It's cool. The draw is okay. It's all right. You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me, too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more.
Tank was the superstar, the undefeated knockout machine, the guy people expected to walk in, handle business, and walk out with another easy W. But instead, Roach turned the script upside down and made Tank look human.
How do you assess his power after being in there for 12?
He got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told y'all I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I mean, I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like I do see why he knocked people out. I mean, like being up close and personal. Obviously, I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all gonna tell him.
This was supposed to be Tank's victory lap. People were already whispering about his retirement, talking about how he'd close out his career with a couple more easy fights, grab a few more paydays, and ride off into the sunset.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
Are you retiring?
With trash.
What changed?
What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like say you got to squawk today. Okay.
But now, retirement ain't even an option, because this ain't the way Tank wants to go out. A draw, a controversial one at that, with the entire boxing world saying he got a gift from the judges? Number? That's not how a champion exits the game.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little harder.
And let's talk about Roach for a second. This man just went from underdog to certified problem overnight. The dude wasn't even supposed to last, let alone outwork Tank.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up Lamont Roach, the 130-pound WBA world champion. Lamont, as you come forward, a tremendous, huge, massive event tomorrow here at Barclays Center. You and Tank were drawn back and forth. What was your message to him right now?
I told him this shit real. He talking about he want to stop me. You know damn well that shit ain't gonna happen. I told him to bring a pillar.
Now, tomorrow, fans are going to be tuning in to watch this fight between you and Tank. What are fight fans going to learn tomorrow night about Lamont Roach?
I'm one of the best fighters in the world. Can't wait for y'all to see it. That's all I gotta say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for the Reaper, Lamont Roach.
But now, he's the guy who pushed Tank to the edge, outlanded him, and arguably won the fight. He walked into that ring with nothing to lose and everything to prove. And he left with the whole boxing world demanding justice for him.
He got lucky as a draw. He did a good fight though. I thought he won it, but man, you gotta just create more action. That's a sparring session as far as I'm concerned. But god damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
And it's not just fighters who are talking. Everyone and their mothers want this rematch. You got casual fans, hardcore boxing heads, celebs, even people who don't normally watch boxing, all saying the same thing. Run, that, back. Because that fight didn't just end in controversy, it left a massive question mark. Who's really the better man? Was it just an off night for Tank? Or did Roach expose something that no one else had the guts to challenge?
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%.
again?
It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay, cool.
I'd love for it to be in DC.
Tank versus Roach 2 is literally the only thing people are talking about. Forget about any other matchups. This is the one boxing needs right now. The first fight gave us fireworks, but the rematch? Oh, it's going to be an all-out war. Because now there's pride on the line. There's legacy on the line. And for Tank, there's no escaping this one. If he wants to protect his name, he has to run it back. If Roach wants to prove to the world that he didn't just have a good night, he has to run it back. And for us, we need to see them settle this once and for all.
Joe Rogan reacts to controversial Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight. Joe Rogan is interested in a rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach after their fight ended in a draw. Watching the replay of the outstanding title fight last night between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, I had never seen Lamont fight before, but I'm a big fan now. The fight was a draw, but it was an amazing contest, and I really hope they run it back.
And guess who's already making moves to turn this rematch into a massive spectacle? Turki Al-Sheikh. Yeah, the man behind some of the biggest fights in boxing right now is already in talks to make Tank vs. Roach 2 a reality. Because after the controversial madness of their first fight, the rematch isn't just necessary, it's about to be a mega event.
Information that he will use as this fight unfolds. 30 seconds now left in the third. And that's a chopping right hand. Good punch from Roach. Really good right hand from Roach. You gotta start taking rounds. Gotta get rounds. That's all you have to do. Take it round by round. When we saw Tank's last fight, first 2 rounds, Frank Martin did a good job of taking the fight. 2 games happened to us. We've seen that to the boxing. We saw what Ryan Garcia.
Think about it. The first fight had people buzzing, but this rematch? It's gonna be something else. The stakes are higher, the controversy is still fresh, and both fighters have something to prove. Tank needs to clear his name, and Roach needs to cement his victory. And you already know Turki Al-Sheikh doesn't do things small. If he's involved, expect this fight to be a global spectacle with the biggest stage, the biggest payday, and the biggest hype imaginable. So, what do y'all think? Was this one of the biggest robberies in recent boxing history? Did Tank get saved by the judges, or do you think the draw was actually fair? And most importantly, who wins the rematch? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest boxing drama.